back to my channel, The Autumn Pixel. I am LJ, and you know what? It's been a few month hiatus, but I am happy to say that hopefully I'm back on a more regular basis and starting off with Flosstube #1 for this channel. I know there are many Flosstubes out there that you can watch, and I hope you enjoy mine, and I hope you'll keep up with me. But I just want to share. I just want to share what I've been up to. I believe my last video was in February of this year. It is now late August of this year. Hopefully I get this video posted before the beginning of September. That's the goal. But you know what? My introverted, antisocial self kicked in big time, and I kind of just stuck to Instagram for a while. So again, hopefully I'm back with Flosstube #1 to kind of give some updates on the projects that I had mentioned in my 2022 goals video, as well as some new projects and then some super exciting news that I am so happy to share. So first off, I do want to make the correction. So in my first video, I had showed this really cute pattern of a fox from the series A Year in the Woods from Cottage Garden Samplings. So I had said at the time there was only like a couple in the series, but I was very much wrong. I don't know how many were in the series back in February, but I do know now there are 9 in this series. Let me see here. Yes, there are 9 currently in the series. So that's actually pretty awesome. Perhaps I'll get through the series, but this box one is the one that really stood out to me. But anyways, I wanted to make the correction just because I wasn't correct at the time completely, and I want to make sure that I'm up to date with, you know, with the series and providing the update to you. Okay, let's get into it. I have some finishes. I'm gonna share some finishes first, I think. I believe in my last video, I had just barely started a year in mugs, the February mug. It was, I'll show you. I actually forgot to take it down, so just give me a second here. I'm not very good at finishing, so as you can see here, it's on a clothing hanger. So yeah, I think this is just one that I pulled out of a recycling bin from a store, just because I don't really keep the hangers and I really need something to hang them on real quick. So anyways, it's super handy dandy. I have a shelf that's actually in front of me here that you can't see, and I just hang them from there, so they just kind of drape until I figure out how to finish them. I should have had them in order, right? Spoilers. This is the finished February mug. I chose not to do the border that it had around it. It was just a square border. And then I chose not to put the month. I'm going to kind of keep that throughout the series. But this is on 18 count Opalescent Aida, just white Opalescent Aida. Nothing super fancy. And I decided to keep the words. So when I go through the months, they will just all have the word associated with the month, as you saw on the earlier piece. This was fun. This was my second big finish. I've had a lot of really small finishes, as you can see, like the size of my hand here. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it. I think only this little section right here was done when I last had a video, so lots of progress, obviously. And then I went ahead and just jumped right into the current month that I finished February in, and that was the April mug. So this is actually the April mug for a year in mugs. So I kept the word spring. I'm not sure if it shows up. Let me check here. Can't tell the little ones. Yeah, they do. They kind of show up. Those little hearts along here, along with all the butterflies, but it looks so much better under the lights. And again, it's the same white Opalescent 18 count Aida. Nothing fancy. I plan to do the whole year of mugs on this Aida, so I have tons of this fabric. I just kind of got it all at once. And I thought April turned out great. I'm not sure which month I will do next. I'm kind of going into a fall phase of things. I mean, 'tis the season. We're headed into September, or, you know, after that, there's 3 months of holidays. My favorite time of year, just these last September. Well, not September. I live in Florida, so September is like the worst time of year for hurricanes. So September is not so much my favorite, but October, November, December definitely are. So there is another finish. I finished this in June, I think, this year, because I tried to do multiple cross stitches at once, and I'm not very good at that. I am very much a completionist. So this is kind of the only one that I focused on for the couple months. So, I mean, there really wasn't much to update, I guess, in the video until now. Well, I'm back. So that is the year of mugs. I don't know which one I'll do next, but I do look forward to it because these are definitely fun. There's usually a lot of color blocking in these, which is certainly, for me, more relaxing. Yes, there's that finish. And then I don't think I mentioned it, but I got a Kawaii they're really not that mini, Kawaii CrossStitch book from Amazon. It was actually written by Olga Ritchie. It's Olga Ritchie's patterns. And it is, here's another finish. I did a little bit of a color mess up on this one. So here is the finish. It's just a little unicorn fox. It called for a floss that I believe is not made anymore. I couldn't find it anywhere. I could be wrong. It wasn't at my local store. Like, there wasn't even a spot on the shelf for it. And it was kind of like another version of the orange. And so I had to quickly look up online what the equivalent was, like the roundabout color, and I didn't have the other ones with me, and it ended up being the same color as the rest of the orange on the fox. And you know what? That's okay. I'm not going to point out the spots that happened in. Just know that there's technically 2 different oranges on this. But it's cute, and it was fun, and it's lots of color blocking again, so it's kind of, you know, easy to complete. And I enjoyed it, so I'll probably be doing some more from that book, just because there's definitely a lot of really cute patterns. There's some seasonal ones in there. There's some other cute animals. There's food. I think there's even sushi, which, you know, sushi. Anyways, so yeah, there's another finish. That's all the finishes that I actually have. I've been doing a lot of work in progress ones. So I guess let's head on to those. What do I have up? Oh, that's right. I showed in the last video the moon phase bell pull from Tiny Modernist. And I haven't really gotten very far. So here's just a quick reminder of what this is going to look like in the end. This particular, it doesn't have it finished on a bell pull. It has it finished as more like a runner, I think. But nonetheless, I thought it looked really cool, and I did get a little bit of progress on this, but not too much. Like one color and one part of one of the moons. So here is, yes. Okay, make sure I have it facing up. Okay, so yeah, this is just, I believe, oops, I apologize, it's my okay, I have this phase right here is what I'm working on. So yeah, not very far, but that's okay. That's okay. I ended up coming across a pattern that kind of struck me more so than this one did, so I'll get back to this. The needle minder, though, this is from Agnes Little Minders over in the UK. I just thought it fit so well. So yes, this is just one color. I don't even think it's the finished colors of that one particular color. So many moons to go, many moon phases to go. It's on the called for charcoal fabric, I believe. And this is, it's been a while, 16 count, I believe, charcoal Aida. So I'm looking forward to it. I know it looks a little crooked. It's just because of, you know, I didn't put the fabric completely in. See, there's the straight, but I didn't put it completely in the frame, the hoop straight. So it's not actually crooked. It's just the way the hoop is. So, but yes, that's how far I got on that before I kind of like stashed it for later working on. For now, it's kind of on hold. I also have these are all kind of ones that I wanted to work on Monday, work on Tuesday. Like the bell pull one was originally like a Monday. And it just got a little much for me, so I kind of just went back to doing what I want to do. But these are starts, so I do want to share them. So this one is a Mill Hill kit. I'm a little bit of a sucker for Mill Hill kits. And it is, hopefully it doesn't glare too much. I don't want to pull the whole thing out here. It is Wizard from Mill Hill. It's actually got quite a bit of beads in it. I was really surprised. I am doing the dark blue. And when I see that, because I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it. Can you see the stitches? Oh yeah, you should be able to see the stitches. Dark blue on dark blue. That's tough. And as you can see, it's not completely, it's not, you know, confetti as in typical confetti, but it is certainly all over the place. And I believe, if I remember right from marking off the pattern, it all goes all up in here. So on Mill Hill kits, because they are smaller, I typically finish off one color at a time versus a section at a time. Or like just big sections, like if it's a big bit of color blocking, I'll just like do the whole that section. And anyways, but Mill Hills, I typically just do one entire color at a time just because they're smaller. So this one's actually been very challenging. You cannot stitch this when it's dark because the blue is almost exactly the same as the background, but that is some progress. So it is, like you can see the circle here, it's going to be this circle right there. So I've kind of gone down his outfit. Let's see if you can see it better. I've kind of gone down his outfit and I'm up in here. But I gotta go like all the way over. You can kind of see the dark blue over here too. And finish it off. So whew, this one is a challenge for me. This one is not a nighttime stitch that I can complete because I have to have light to see this. And I don't typically stitch with the studio lights on just because they're so bright. They're way too bright for me to do that. But you know, a good sunny day helps. So those are two work in progress ones that I have on hold at the moment. Oops, I forgot to put this in there. I actually had to label all the colors because some of them are so similar. Those are two, yeah, works in progresses that are a bit on hold. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back to them, but they'll definitely be finished. I'm a completionist, so they will be finished. But you know, holidays are coming up and Mill Hill has really cute little holiday ornament kits, and there's a bunch of stitch alongs coming up, which I will get into because I am committing myself, probably more than I should, to some stitch alongs. So, okay, so the one I've been working on the most. So this one I am super proud of. It's not that far along. It's actually a pretty big cross stitch. It is by the Witchy Stitcher, and it is called the Universal Monsters Stitch Along. And I believe it's from 2019, 2020. I'm not entirely sure, but you can find it on her website, thewitchystitcher.com. You can also find it on the Etsy page. And you know, everything that I mentioned here, I will link below the best I can. So I did not show this as a start last time. So you're kind of getting in the middle of progress because I've just been heads down. Universal monsters are not my thing, but they are my husband's thing. So I'm actually doing this for him. And it's a long shot to get this done by his birthday. A real long shot to get this done by his birthday. But I'm gonna try. So here's what I have so far. Basically, it's like a house, or in my case, I'm kind of seeing it as like a theater. And then each room, it was a stitch along at one point. They've all been revealed, so I'm not going to provide spoiler warnings or anything like that because it's been released for a couple of years now. So if you're into it, you've probably been spoiled. I only have a couple of rooms done, so there's 9 rooms total. Yes, 9 rooms total, 8 monsters, and then one kind of like centerpiece where you could choose like the scene. I'm gonna kind of go with like a movie theater scene because it's all about the Universal movie monsters. But here, let me give it some space up here. Here it is. Yeah, so we have, I just finished this box. So this first box right here is actually the Phantom. these are fun. These are really fun. I actually finished him not too long after a recent vacation. Took him on vacation with me. And then the second room is the mummy, of course. And this back stitching, because like all of the mummy's wraps, like the detail in the wraps was all back stitching, and that was interesting to try and do, but it was still fun. It turned out absolutely fantastic. And the next one that's coming up, I don't have a picture of it yet, but you'll see it in an update. It's gonna go right here. It's gonna be room number 2, and it's gonna go right next to the Phantom, and it's actually the creature, so lots of green. I'm gonna be nice to switch it up from the reds and the golds into greens and blues. So that'll be super fun. I will try to post a picture of kind of like the general idea of what this is supposed to be when it's completed. I'll go ahead and post that here. So yeah, wish me good luck. This thing is huge. The fabric that I have chosen is actually an unnamed fabric that I got from Stitch Me on the Friday night fight night that she has once a month. So this is a 28 count linen. Again, it didn't have a specific name associated with it, but I thought it fit perfectly. The instructions were to use something kind of gray and stormy, and I think this fit the bill. It did kind of wash out the back stitching in the mummy. Hold on, there you go. It did kind of wash out the back stitching in the mummy here, but you know, in good lighting, it'll be fine. I think it'll be great. This is my first time stitching on linen. I have never stitched on anything but Aida until this point, and I have to say it was very difficult to get used to, but once you get used to it, it feels weird to go back to some of the other fabrics. This is coming along pretty good. I'm excited about this one. So then I'll probably have some more updates, probably not full complete boxes worth of updates, probably little sections worth of updates, but there will be updates. So yes, that one was fun. I'm looking forward to that for my husband, who's a huge Universal I say old school, but it's classic movie monsters. So he will really, really like that. Let's see here. What do we have next? I have so much to update on. I have, yes, the Peppermint Purple Stitch Along. So Peppermint Purple Blackwork Stitch Along 2022. Peppermint Purple 2022 Blackworks, whatever the whole name is. It's from Peppermint Purple. And it is a weekly stitch along. There is a rectangle of black work released every Wednesday for the week, and it's been really fun. It's been a little challenging, you know, at times I got 4 to 6 weeks behind and then just knocked them all out in one evening. But yeah, here I have an update. So I think when I started, oh goodness, week 15? No, week 8? It started January 1st and goes all the way to the end of the year. So it's 1 box a week. There's 52 boxes total. I cannot remember what box I was on when I did the first video, but we are obviously much further along. I'm in week 30. Am I really going to count these? I'm going to count these. 32. I think I have 32 on here. Okay, so if you are super behind on the Peppermint Purple Stitch Along 2022 Blackwork Sal, like I was, you might want to look away if you don't want the box to spoil, but otherwise, you know, it'll be a fun update. There's been a lot of progress, there. Let me see, I gotta move some stuff back here. I have one desk that houses everything between cross stitch and diamond painting, so everything has its place. Yeah, so this was the last one, right? Yes, I believe that's week 32 right there. But that's a large amount that has been completed since the last video, and it's, you know, it's not the cleanest work, because if you're into back stitching, probably not your thing. But I figured I heard the horror stories of backstitching, and I thought, hey, let's do a black work stitch along and just kind of face that challenge head on. So I think it's coming along nicely. Now this is the one where I have, this is not DMC threads, these are sulky threads. So I have one variegated thread. Let me see what it's called. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see what that's called. Maybe I can pop it on the screen right there. I'll put the thread. But the outline, the actual original CrossStitch has just backstitching for the outlines. I chose to do CrossStitch. It's more of a comfort zone for me. It also allows me to start and stop a lot easier because I'm able to just bury it under the CrossStitch, like the ends of it, like so, you know, instead of having just a single line here of backstitching, the cross stitch allows me to bury my ends when I start or finish. Yeah, this is a hot mess. Don't worry about this. But it helped keep me a bit in my comfort zone while also challenging me. So I have two different variegated threads from Sulky, and this is more of a brown and orange and tan one. The one that's inside, I believe it's Sunset, I think it's called. Sunset. Anyways, that's more of the reds that you see in this. And then I also plan on doing at the very end an additional border. So not just the rectangles, but actually an additional border. There is a free members area for the cross stitch. There's a Facebook group. There's also a free members area on the Peppermint Purple website that has some borders that, of course, Claire made that go along with each of the layout options, but there are also some group member created borders, and there's one in there that I definitely like and I'm definitely going to be using. So that is the current progress. Like I said, I think this is, right here, sorry, a little off screen here. I think this is the last week. Came across here, up, down, and that's where I lose the pattern. that's that update. Again, I'll have the information in the description below to link to this. You can always play catch up. There's definitely people still posting from last year's stitch along, the 2021 Blackwork Sal. And they're just fabulous. I love seeing everybody's ideas in there. That's kind of how I got this idea, was seeing past work that people did instead of just using the call for colors. So yes, that's a fun update. And then in my last video, I had a plan for these. They are, what do I say, they're 6 by 6 inch. I mean, like corner to corner, or sorry, side to side. They are 6 inch by 6 inch, 14 count, right? Is that what it says? 14 count. It doesn't tell you, but honestly, it looks like 14 count. So I'm going to assume it's 14 count. And so these are already canvassed. I haven't taken them out of the bag yet because I don't want to lose them. Don't want to get them dirty until I start. But as you can see, yeah, they already have the stretcher bars on them. So in reality, it's not really a 6 by 6 inch stitching area. I can't imagine trying to stitch that. So it's more of like a, I think it's like a 4 inch stitching area. I believe I measured it. Let me check here. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like a 4 and 3/8. You probably don't want to stitch right up to the edge, so we would just safely say 4 inch. So you have a 4 inch by 4 inch stitching space on this. So why that's super, super important. I originally was going to do a part of a Prairie Schooler sampler, like a fall sampler. It had a maple leaf on it because, I mean, the channel is Autumn Pixel, so why not a maple leaf? But I was going to do an experiment where I used the call for colors on just the maple leaf portion of that pattern. And then I was just going to go ahead and stitch with 2 different types of variegated DMC floss. So it had, you know, 2 different types of color changes just to kind of see the outcome. And then I would have 3 maple leaves 3 pretty maple leaves. But I got this, the current issue of Just CrossStitch magazine, and well, plans have now changed. So I'm gonna do my best to not, I can't show you the actual pattern, but I can show you the finished picture that they have in the magazine. So it is the October 2022 issue. There is another issue out. It is the Halloween ornaments. It's actually a separate one to the regular subscription issue. That's the one that's kind of been going around more. But this is the October 2022 issue of Just CrossStitch magazine. But let me do it off camera a little bit, just because I don't want to accidentally show the pattern, but I can show the finish. Yeah, this is so far up my alley. I saw this. I couldn't, oh, I hope it shows up. I could not help myself. 3 fall patterns, an acorn, a squash, and a maple leaf, and then it's got Celtic nut work in it, and oh, anyways, as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, I have the canvases, I don't have to buy any fabric for this. And I double checked the sizes. These end up being finished size 3 1/8 inch by 3 1/8 inch, and I have 4 inches to work with on these. So these should fit. And 4 inches, like I said, 4 inches, just to kind of show you. I don't really want to, no. This is a super, super old ruler, like way back. I don't know how it has been with me for over 30 years, but it has. So, yeah, see, so the corner to corner, obviously you can't stitch right up to the corner. Like, it'd be very, very difficult to stitch right up to the corner. I mean, challenge, but not for me. So, you know, that's almost, it's like 4 3/8 inches. So they're only looking at 3 1/8 inch by 3 1/8 inch. So it's gonna fit, you know, it's gonna fit, like right here. They're actually smaller than it looks. I mean, according to it, it says design size 3 1/8 inch by 3 1/8 inch. So, but challenge, the Celtic knot piece are all Mill Hill beads. All of it. There's not a single cross stitch in the Celtic knot piece. It's just the acorn is cross stitch, the squash is cross stitch, and of course the maple leaf is cross stitch. So yeah, I saw this when it came in just like a couple days ago, and one of these is going to be started and hopefully finished in the fall season of this year. So I have to go find all the stuff because I don't have everything. Yeah, they did it on 28 count chai tea jobelin. That was the suggested fabric. I don't believe there's any. It's all color blocking. I don't see any fractional stitches. So these, yeah, there's no fractionals, right? No, there's no fractionals. It's all lots of color blocking. 28 count translates into 14 count Aida. So this is I believe this is 14 count Aida. I mean, it looks like 14 count Aida. It's not bigger than 14 count. It's certainly going to be, like, it's not like an 11. It's I don't think it's 16. But if it's 16, then it still fits anyways. So I think the big challenge is going to be finding the center, because typically when you find the center of your fabric, you kind of just fold it in half and then fold it in half, crease it a little bit, and that's your center point of where you start, because I'm a center starter. If I try to do an edge, I will mess it up. I will just, it won't jive. It's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to actually have to do some ruler work and mark it. I actually have a maple leaf. I apologize for the car if you hear it. A maple leaf stitch marker that I think will be perfect for this. But yeah, I will measure and remeasure and measure again and measure again and again. This, yes, I saw this and I was like, ooh, Ooh, and I showed my husband and he didn't care one bit because he is not in a cross stitch, and that's okay. Plan, like excited plan. One of my excited plans I actually have, I am committing myself to a lot, hopefully not over committing. Okay, so the last two I actually don't have any fabric for. No, I have fabric. I have fabric for one of them, but I don't have any pictures. I don't have any starts or anything on it, just because it hasn't started yet. Along with the peppermint purple stitch along, I'm going to be doing the Stitchonomy Cabinet of Curiosities stitch along. So it kind of just popped into my feed, and I went and looked back at previous versions, which I'll actually show a picture right here of last year's version. You can actually go and buy the pattern and all the pieces. So but it has little minis, like the whole stitch along is these little mini squares with little like Halloween, fall themed, mostly Halloween themed scenes in them, and I thought that would be perfect, just like a one quick little square of cuteness. I mean, they're cute. It's free, but you won't get the drop until a week after those who have paid for the pattern. So I can't remember off the top of my head if you can just pay for the pattern and just do that pattern and get the regular drop dates, or if it has to be part of the like pattern subscription that she offers. So you get that, basically you get the information a week after the people who are paying. So the people who are paying get like a week ahead notice. So we finally got the floss list and the recommended fabric and then fabric size. Well, stitching size. So you can obviously buy your fabric to your preferred size with the, you know, the extra pieces, the extra sides and stuff that you need for finishing. Yes, I actually have a fabric for this. I did not use the recommended fabric. The recommended fabric was a milk chocolate Aida. The lady, I cannot remember her name, but she's Stitchonomy, like is her website. She's actually overseas. So choosing an Aida, a milk chocolate Aida like this, actually is very, very smart, because it's going to be very widely available around the world. I totally understand, but you know, I go extra. Everything's extra with me. So I actually do have one. I do have the fabric. I can't remember where I bought it. Obviously, I was not prepared to do this today. So let me grab that. The very smart store owner had her name on her package, so I can show you. Here we go. Yes. Sorry, all the crinkling. I'll take it out of the plastic in just a minute. Witch's Garden Crafts is where I got it from. So the Etsy shop is here. I'll link it below. So Witch's Garden Crafts. And this, I don't know if it was already dyed, ready to go, or if it had to be dyed. I can't remember. But it is called Grimoire. And I'm going to take it out of the packaging. So, you know, I don't know if the camera will pick it up very well. Cover your ears if it does. There's going to be some shh. Oh, good. Yeah, there's the K. There's the... Okay, yes. So, yes, Witch's Garden Crafts. And a cute little key came out of Grimoire, 28 count Evenweave. So this is my first Evenweave that I'm going to be working on. And I thought, I hope the color comes out good. I'm not sure if the color is going to come out good or not, but I thought it looked more, I was going for more of a, like a wood. I mean, you could probably get like a wood grain fabric, like a stamped fabric or something like that, but I was trying to go for like a wood texture, like a cabinet wood texture instead of just a flat color. And I saw this fabric and I thought, you know what, I think it fits. I think it fits fantastically. I iron it out and all that good stuff, but I think it does a job. It's browns and tans. I hope it comes through. Okay, I guess we'll see when I go back and edit it. But I thought it would come. I thought it came through very well. So as far as I understand, it's going to be, the stitch along is going to be about this. For me, or actually not for me. I believe the start date for this stitch along, the Stitchonomy's Cabinet of Curiosities stitch along, I believe it starts September 17th. So that means I will actually receive the start of the pattern a week after that, as far as I understand. And that's okay with me because I have a lot to work on. But I couldn't help it. They're just like little cute mini squares. So that's my fabric for that stitch along. And then I'm so excited about this one. I don't have anything to show you because I actually have, well, no, I have all my threads. I do have all my threads. I do have all my DMC threads. So I watched lots of Flosstube as well. And I saw many, many creators and cross stitchers do the Dark Queen of the Sea stitch along last year from the Autumn Lane Stitchery. And she turned out beautiful, and it was a big undertaking. And so of course, you know, that's awesome. Let me follow the creator, and I saw the announcement for Dark Queen of the Earth, and Earth is my symbol. I mean, autumn leaves, Earth, it's my symbol. I had to jump on it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show the picture here of just the release. This gives you the information on how to sign up for the stitch along. It is not a free one. You do have to pay for it, but it's totally worth it. If you've ever seen Dark Queen of the Sea, then I can't imagine what Dark Queen of the Earth is going to be. I think it's going to be totally worth it. But you can kind of see the outline. You can kind of see the outline of what she's going to look like. They partner, the Autumn Lane Stitchery partners with Under the Sea Fabrics. They had 2 options for suggested fabrics this year. Both were gorgeous. I ended up choosing Nightshade, I believe. It was kind of like a darker green dyed fabric. I don't have it yet. They are working their butts off to get all the fabric out to everyone. They are also supplying the bead packs and the specialty beads for this stitch along, as well as the specialty floss. So they did drop the entire list of floss. I have all the DMC. I did look up the specialty floss, and it's metallic. So there's a bunch of metallic floss. I think 3 colors, 3 or 4 colors. And then a whole ton of listed for beads, and I looked up all the beads, and oh, they're gorgeous. There will be more to come on that because I will have the fabric. I will have the, I went and I just like, I want to do this right. I don't want to go and try to source all of this on my own. So I did get the Nightshade fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics, along with her specialty thread kit bundle with the bead kit as well. So that should be coming in the mail soon. Like I said, they are working their butts off to get all of the fabric out and all of the threads and beads and everything. So I'm going to be excited to share that with you when it does come in. I will definitely link it below. There's also a fun Facebook group that once you make your purchase of the pattern to get the updates, that you can go and join and see everybody's progress. So that's really exciting. I am looking forward to that. So you can go check it out. You can go check out the announcement and see if it's a decision that you want to make, or you could just follow along here and see the progress. So I believe that is all that I have for you today. That was quite an update, but you know, that's what I get for going MIA and being an introvert and antisocial for almost 6 months. So I plan on doing more updates. There's I might do mini updates. I'm not sure. We'll see where this goes. Thank you for joining me. I hope you will follow me in the journey of all these cross-stitch projects that I'm attempting to do. I look forward to you joining me in the next video. If you have any questions at all, just leave them in the comments below.